These are ruby red paints, and we're just gonna do a little test for smudging. These are my fingers right now. They're dry, though a little stain. And I'm gonna just drag it. What was that color? Chocolate. Definitely.
Yeah.
It definitely still rubs off. It's been dry for a while, probably about 15 or 20 minutes. That yellow, very little. That orange, a little. Dark brown did. Yeah.
Fingers.
So there is. Okay, can you show me your?
I got sweaters. This is they're red, kind of. They're cherry.
We are pressing quite a lot, to be fair, too.
Ruby. This is
burgundy.
That really spread. Maroon. Nah, not really. That was light green. Teal, a little bit. Light green, a little bit. And forest green, not so much.
Okay, now she's gonna hold the phone and we'll show the other ones. Oh, let me.
Dun dun dun. Here's a white screen. Oh my God, it's so dark in here.
Yeah, it's because of the light, maybe.
Yeah, that's better.
So, fuchsia, not really. Raspberry, rose. That one's a little, that's wild grape. Purple, a little. This light colors, not really. This one a little bit, but it's like it came off from there and transfer. This is their blue. It's beautiful, but it will stain a lot because
it's gonna break down.
It breaks down into like a powder. It's a beautiful shade though. That one that came off on my finger.
And these ones have been dry for about 30 minutes at least.
And now,
dun, dun, dun.
Not really. A little bit on my finger. Not really. This one does a lot. This is like it never dries. That's rust that didn't dry much. It came a little on my finger, but it didn't smudge on the thing. Not really, not really, not really, not really, and not really. So, some of the colors do, some don't. Don't zoom into my face.
Pleasant bathroom.
Alright, so we're gonna just, I put a little bit of liquid soap and water, and I'm just gonna wipe off half of them so that we could see, you know, what's the stain factor. And this is of course just on my skin, and every skin we know kind of reacts different. I'm usually not a big stainer, and I would say that all colors came out pretty good except for turquoise, Caribbean blue, and sea blue, where you can see a little phantom shades there. But all other colors, including dark blue and ultra blue, came out pretty nicely. Now let's do the other ones. And we'll wipe it off now.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, he's wiping off the ruby reds.
Well, I thought rust was going to be a big stainer, but no, not really. Just again the sea foam and a little bit the pastel green, and you know those are common stainers, the teals in general in almost every brand. So kind of no surprise there. And now we're gonna see Anna wiping off her colors.
Dun, dun, dun. Got some soap. Okay.
So just wiping off that half. Okay, okay, don't go too high so that we can still see it.
Now the rinse off. Doo, doo, doo. The only one I kind of see is on the sunflower yellow. There's a little bit. Let me see if I gave him enough of a chance. Yeah, there's just a faint shadow.
The sunflower yellow will leave a little faint shadow, and that's a first wash on Anna's skin. And then let's check on the other arm.
Little soap. Okay. Let's get all this gook off of me. Oh.
So that's looking already like green and teal are leaving a little shadow there.
That's about it.
And yeah, I don't see any other shadows. Green and teal. So not much on the reds, which is good, or not anything at all, at least on Anna's skin.
Yeah, or the purples or blues is really just the teals.
All right.
Stainers.
So
Who
wants to see how line work goes on black and white on top of all those colors? Me. All right, we'll do that next.
Yay! White loaded on my brush, and I'm just gonna do a line across the colors here. No, to come from this side. So it picks up a little bit of color when you're doing a stroke.
At the end, mostly too, because it's drying kind of the brush.
But let's see if we do dots, how dots stand up to this.
You want me to hold the white so that you can give a good load? And that dark color there is dark brown, it's not black.
Yep.
Alright.
So the dots, the white really seems to pop, at least right now. We'll see what it looks like after it's dried.
Okay. And then we'll pause for a second.
Alright, I'm going to load up some more ruby red white. Doesn't that sound confusing? Ruby red white. And then I'll do some dots over here in lines.
Alright,
yep.
now let's test the black. Alright, so we are loading ruby red black.
Yay!
So we'll call it ruby black.
Alright, I'm going to do a little line next door. Yeah. This looks pretty solid coverage. And
you do a couple teardrops.
Swirls and twirls.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do a little swirl. And then we'll do some teardrops. Or something. Tear sausages. Okay. And then a couple dots. Dot, 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 dot.
Can you do something on top of the white, just to see how it goes on the white?
I sure can. Woo! Alright, so if it's really wet, it starts to pick up the white. If you don't use too much water, it's not too bad, but it can start to pick up a little bit.
Okay, and then we should try to show white on top of black.
Alright.
So fuss to... Okay.
Alright, now we've got some ruby red white. We're going to go on ruby red black. Here we go. So if you do some stamps, that's pretty good. If you do some... Dots.
And do a little line on top. Keep it on top so that we
on top.
Okay.
Yeah, it picks up a little bit of black through there. Just depends how thick you put it on.
And now we're going to show how it washes off the black. And the white, for that matter. Oh, and the smudge. Wait a second.
The smudge factor.
So,
we just put this black on, so it hasn't had a big chance to dry. But
wait a second. Let me get a clean finger if I have one. That finger is clean, and it's not the middle finger. It's my ring finger.
Okay.
Just pressing.
Okay, you're licking some off.
And then smudging.
Smudging.
And then this finger is pretty clean. We'll do for the white. Just pressing. That might have been still really just wet. It's all kind of wet, and we did it before the black. So it does take
a while to dry.
Alright, and then we're gonna wash off half of it.
Okay, let me get the soap squisher here. Alright.
The bottom half.
Dun, 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 dun. Just a reminder, it's always best to use a lot of soap to get your face paint off first, not wet wipes, baby wipes, or whatever. The soap's going to break it down and peel it off. If you wet wipe it, you're just smearing it all over the place. Oh, I don't see any stain there.
Well, let me.
Yeah, dry that off for me. This is getting sloppy. This is like a sloppy kitchen.
Yeah, I don't see any stain there. So that's pretty good. Alrighty, stain-wise.
Yay! Yep, the old stuff's coming off too.
Alright.
All right.
Awesome.
Have a fantastic day.
Bye bye.